First portion of the fourth quarter, we were able to execute offensively. You know, the first half just really put us behind the eight ball, just could not get the ball in the basket. And what's happened with our team a lot of times is when we can't get in the basket and the other team's scoring, then we start taking bad shots, and then it leads to tough transition defense. So we had a shaky stretch there in the first half. In the second half, I thought shot selection was much better. I thought poise and getting deep into the clock and making Baylor guard us really helped us have some success.
And then you mentioned that you're building something at Houston. What have you learned through the first half of this conference season? Has anything about this conference surprised you, maybe the depth, or just what have you learned about this conference?
Well, it hasn't surprised me. It's impressive. There's some really good teams in our conference, some really talented teams in our conference. And so, you know, I'm proud of our team for going out there and continuing to improve and get better. But the quality of our league is really, really deep. We've got some fantastic teams in this conference, and we have played a bunch of really good teams. And so the Big 12 is a conference that I think is just fantastic, and Baylor's a great example of the quality of teams we have in the conference. Thanks, everybody.
Because first half you were kind of shutting them down, and second half they were getting a few more looks and kind of clawed back into things. What shifted on the defensive end for y'all?
I would say just a lack of concentration on what our game plan was and just a lack of discipline. Our focus wasn't on defense. We weren't. Tony always talks about how we have to have all 5 of us doing our job, and we would have a couple people doing our job or nobody boxing out and they're getting second chances. So just not being disciplined. We have to be disciplined every possession. It's been a big point of emphasis for us to make sure that we're coming out in the second half and still being as intense on the defensive end, and we didn't do that tonight. So just got to work on that in practice.
That being said, Bugs, in the third quarter, I think there was a stretch where you scored 10 straight. I think you made all 4 of your shots. Do you just get like in a flow state? What was that third quarter like for you?
I mean, I guess you could say a flow state. I was running, or I don't even remember what I was doing. So teammates found me, and I just put the ball in the hoop. So it's always good to do that. So shout out my teammates. They gave me the ball. So.
Bugs, prior to the game, you were celebrated. What was that like, being with Coach Collin and getting that ball and celebrating with the crowd?
It means a lot. That's a lot of people can't do that, don't do that. So even just to get that, it's always been a blessing. I think just crazy story. Freshman year, I really didn't know what a double-double was, truth be told. So I was really like, I don't know what that is. And once I figured it out, it just kind of stuck. And I just knew if I can do one thing, I can go rebound. And I just have stuck to that. So I don't know. It's just really special to even have that accolade. So.
I think this is a perfect question for you two, but it seems to me like this team has chemistry, camaraderie, all the things that make you guys love each other. You guys are having fun out there. How does that translate to the court for you guys?
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah, you answer.
I mean, it translates a lot. Yeah, like you said, we're really close. We're always together. We're always laughing.
Always.
Like we have different personalities, but they all are like. It's good. Like you don't have just this side, or it's just different personalities coming together, and it helps us out a lot on the defensive end and just playing in general, because it's like, okay, well, I can communicate with you. I'm comfortable with you. I can get on you, but I know that you respect me enough to know that I'm not mad at you. I just want you to be better for us, and I think that we respond pretty well to that. Like I can go up to Bella and be like, hey, you have to guard your yard. We can't give up those points, and Bella will respond like okay, I got it. So just to have that camaraderie on and off the court is just really great for us, and it's just really special. We're a really special team.
Bella, the win streak now is 8 in a row for you guys. What's kind of changed in this stretch? Like, have y'all kind of adjusted in different ways, or it's just you guys are just finally finding your groove?
I think finding our groove, but also at the same time, we're going to adjust to whoever we're playing every night. We're still going to play our basketball, don't get me wrong at all. We're still going to make sure that we're hard-nosed on defense and getting into people and doing that consistently. But our game plan changes. Like today, the slip was open and we were hitting the slip. We could have had a couple better passes. You probably would have had a couple more points if I could have got a little more arc on the ball to you. But we just play our game plan. We got to adjust our game plan every night and come out and be consistent in effort on both ends of the floor.
Bugs, are you wearing Ting's shoes?
I am.
Yeah, put that foot up there.
What do you think of those, and what was your reaction when you first saw them?
Well, actually, when we first heard about it, because nobody knew, I was like, wait, where are they at? Well, I need them. Like, are we getting them? I think I even told Coach Dickey, like, hey, we need to get these shoes. Like, no, they feel amazing. They're so pretty. I love the colorway. They're comfortable. I know on Ting, but Ting's very special, so she got her name on hers. I wish I would have had her name on these shoes, because she just means a lot to us. And for her to come into our home and accept us as family. Accept us as family, it just means a lot. Like she gave her little speech, and I'm just in tears, because Ting is just a very lovable person, and you can feel that every day, every single day. And I think she's just gotten comfortable with us, which I love, because I know she was really shy at first. But it just means a lot to even just have her shoes. The fact that she gave them to the team, she didn't have to do that. But I absolutely love them. I think the first day we got them, we all wore them. Yes. We've been wearing them to practice, so I'm pretty sure that this definitely won't be the first time you'll see me wearing them. But like I'll wear them more, my teammates will. But it's just really special. I'm so happy that we have her shoes. They're amazing. They feel good. So yeah.
All right, undefeated in January. How do you guys keep that rolling?
Coach Tony.
I promise you, if there's one thing that will be better next game, is defense. We're headed to West Virginia. Defense has to travel. Playing there is tough. It's really tough to play there. They're a really good team defensively as well. They get in you, they press, they're going to reach, they're going to be physical. So we have to be ready to give that back to them on the defensive end while we're there, and then also just being disciplined. I think that we have to be really locked in these next couple days of prep, and then travel and be ready to play when we get there. Sick 'em.
Sick.
First half to second half, what was the difference for you defensively? Were you frustrated with the second half defense?
We didn't play any. I thought we missed our switches, we missed our ball screen coverage, we didn't contest shots, we fouled at the rim, we gave up threes to three-point shooters, our effort wasn't good. That's probably the gist of it. We gave up 5 offensive rebounds or 6 offensive rebounds, like after giving up 2 in the first half. So yeah, we didn't bring our bucket. Like we didn't come to work in the second half at the defensive end.
I guess, was that a lack of focus? Was that just a drop in intensity after you got up 20? Like, what was the cause of that?
You know, you'd probably be sitting in my chair if sometimes you don't know. Like, it could be we haven't had school and we've had snow days and we've been laying around. When we're not practicing, we're laying around. And, you know, I just didn't think our energy was good. I thought to start the game, I don't think our defense was good in the first 5 minutes. I thought Abdur-Rahim got easy shots. We missed a box out that led to their first 3. I think it was real easy offensively for us to start the game. And I think we were like, okay. I mean, so often our defense carries our offense. And so this was one of those games that, it was kind of like, even when they switched into zone, we hit the high post, we kicked it out, we hit a 3. We finally executed, some actions at the end of the second quarter where we hit a layup and a 3 on the same play. And so sometimes you get comfortable, and it's not okay. Like, that's on Tony and I. There was a huddle where I just went in and yelled at them about their lack of effort on D, and we gave up more points in the third quarter than we'd given up in the first half, and it's unacceptable, and it's not who we are. And I don't know that we responded like we do sometimes. I thought we finally responded the last 5 minutes. Abdur Rahim missed her last 2 shots, but we were busy not contesting her first 7. So we have to be better. We have to be better. But when you get these wake-up calls, it can be really good for you, especially when you win and get the wake-up call.
And then I saw a newcomer on the bench, Lorena. What is her status for the rest of the season, and how did she get here? What's that story?
Yeah, we got a call from compliance on the first day of class that there was a player that wanted to join our team, and so we just kind of went through the process of what that meant through the compliance department. But she'll redshirt this year and be ready to play next year.
Hi, Coach. Prior to the game, honoring Bugs, can you just talk about what that meant to you to celebrate her like that?
Yeah, I mean, Bugs is one of those people that gives your team what it needs, whatever it needs. And, obviously she's been someone that has rebounded the heck out of the basketball her whole career here. And she's not the biggest and she's not the strongest, but, in any way that we can honor her. I mean, she tonight made a living slipping to the rim and rim running and doing what Bugs does. And, the game doesn't have to be complicated. When the ball moves and you understand their defensive game plan, we knew they were going to switch ball screens 1 through 4, and they did. And so Bugs slipped a lot of ball screens today. And but she's just someone that I thought she impacted us. She always impacts us, but even in that last 5 minutes, I thought we finally got our double drag defense correct, and a lot of it was because she did it right. And so, I think that's an area that each year of Bug's career, she's gotten better at something. And I just feel like this year, we hit her last year on D, and now oftentimes we're putting her on the opponent's best player. And then we are able to switch things. And so she just had growth, she's had growth every year.
And Coach, with this one today, it's now 8 in a row for y'all. Are y'all kind of hitting a groove, or do you just feel like
Yeah, there was no groove today. I think we hit like a pothole today. But it just, the thought for the day today was, it's tough being good all the time. It's a tough thing. And no one came here not knowing that there was going to be a target on our back every game out. Every game out. It doesn't matter. And when you get ranked and you're on a win streak, everyone's going to try to knock you off. And so you don't get to take days off. Not if you really want to be a conference champion. And so do I think we're hitting our stride? I actually hope not, because I didn't like the way we turned the ball over without needing to turn the ball over today. So we still have a lot of room to grow. And that's an area that we have gotten better at, but we need to continue to get better. Super proud of the way Nez played down the stretch, for her to play that last 5 minutes. I thought Jana was tired. And I thought Nez did a good job defensively, got a steal, made a layup, dropped it off to Kyla for a layup. Just got to keep her doing that. We don't need overhead passes to the corner that get tipped. When she makes simple plays, she's gonna really help us and give us valuable minutes. And it's very hard. It's very hard to figure out what you've got in January of a season. But I think we've got a kid that can be pretty darn good here.
You kind of just answered my question, but is Nez someone that you expect to get legitimate minutes in the rotation, kind of hopefully?
Yeah, I think there's hope. I still think she's just got to stack practices. I just keep challenging her that yes, there's room for her, and there are things she brings that are really special. She knows how to throw somebody open. She sees things develop. But it comes down to make the right play all the time. Train yourself to make the right play, not the spectacular play, not the. You look at Trae Young when he came into the NBA, and I had a front row seat in Atlanta, and he wanted to score or throw the dunk pass, or like he wanted to make the play. And sometimes the right play is the hockey assist. Throw it to the person that's going to throw the next pass for the assist. And that's what she has to understand. That kid's going to have a lot of assists because she sees stuff. But also, like there was a play late in the game in front of our bench that we drove it, kicked it, one more to her. She should have shot it. Kid's an elite shooter. She drove it, tried to throw it over her head, and it got tipped out of bounds. You know, like the right play there was shot, you know? And so just getting her, but when you haven't played basketball in 2 years, like there's been no ramp up, you know? Like I say that, we have ramped her up. We didn't just throw her out there full go, but like relative to like an off season, you know, all of a sudden she was cleared and she can go, her load is 300 and now it's 350 and now it's 400. So it was a slow build and we're still in that. But when it comes to gameplay, you know, there was no exhibition. There's no green, white scrimmage. It's let's go. So she's learning on the fly.
One more on Lorena. Is she going to practice with you? What are the rules there? I know you red shirt, so she's not going to play.
Correct.
What are the rules in terms of her participating with the squad at all?
Yeah, she can practice. She can be on the bench. She can't warm up with the team before a game, but she'll do individual workouts. She'll practice. She'll be a big part of our guys' practice squad here once we get her ramped up, because we also have to, you know, dot our I's and cross our T's when it comes to, you know, her being ready. Thanks.